Stream Sport and Galway FM. Delighted to be joined with. We brought an All-Ireland winner in. We've brought the big man from Byrne Jarrett, Alan Kane. Welcome
Thanks,
to Tune Stadium.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's the structure of the Galway Football Championship has changed a little bit. While the format of the groups remain the same, there's a little bit of a tweak with the fixtures, and it makes things really, really interesting, because what we have today is winners playing winners in round 2 and losers playing losers. So it's moving week. Top spot of the group is up for grabs. I suppose even more importantly, the battle to stay off the bottom spot as well, and resultant relegation. So a huge weekend here.
It is all around, Johnny, in fairness, and I've seen both teams here warm up, and it is for Michael's a very big afternoon for them. A young team starting out against kind of seasons enough Mountbellew team. I suppose after the defeat last week against Duke Derard, they'll be looking to get their first 2 points on the board, and I suppose this is a big telling point for them. This the moving quarter of the championship, really. It
certainly is. So St Michael's, for those who aren't familiar, they were promoted after a long bit of a battle, a year out of the senior championship. They came up from intermediate last year, but they're missing a hell of a lot, Alan. We'll go into the teams in a couple of minutes. But in terms of the team that secured senior football for the side and the team that's playing out there today, there's a good bit of difference.
There is. I'm just even physically, I'm looking at them here, Johnny, at the moment, compared to Mountbellew. It will take them a number of years to get up to that standard and condition and everything, the way the Gaelic football has gone at the moment. And I suppose they have been missing, I suppose, their main scorer in chief from last year, Eamon Brannigan, was a big loss to them up front. And like you see, just young guys coming through there for St Michael's. Young James Kyle, 17 years of age, and Keane McNeil, who started last week as well, 18. It's a big step for a senior championship to come up to play teams like the likes of Mountbellew, who are season campaigners.
Yeah, and I suppose for Moylough, of course, we remember them from their county final victory a couple of years ago. Things have gone a little bit different for them since then, really. A lot of bodies, maybe typical of rural Ireland, have made away, but they have got a lot of bodies back to the parish here for this year.
They have, Johnny, yeah, and look at it, I suppose the tell will be in the pudding later on today if things go their way, and it's going to be hopefully a good game of football. Like, the conditions are good here today, but it's going to be an interesting hour of football here going forward.
Well, the PA system works here in Tuam Stadium, we can tell you that for nothing anyways. It's blaring around here, almost difficult to hear each other. But let's have a look at the both teams. In fact, we'll start with Mountbellew Moylough. They are over to our left in front of the town goal here in Tuam Stadium, locally known as the scoring goal. In terms of changes, and I suppose the one big thing, don't see him named, but he is out there, is Owen Finnerty. He's a possible, I suppose, calling point back for Fergal O'Donnell. He's been a big club player over the last couple of years. Has played with Galway as well. But also the star man at the edge of the square is Barry McHugh, who aside from 1 point got all of their tally in round win. So let's give you the team in full then for Mountbellew Moylough. In goal is going to be Michael Foley. The full-back line now is wearing number 18 is Adam Colleran, number 17 Colin Murray, and number 4 Brian Noon. Half-back line then, number 5 James Foley. Captain of the side is John Daly. And at wing-back also is number 3 Billy Mannion. Middle of the field, number 8 Leo Donlan, number 20 Michael Kelly. Half forward line sees number 10 Colin Mannion, number 24 Tony Shields, and number 9 Kieran Mulhern. He, ironically enough, was the other scorer in their first round defeat. And then the inside line then is number 7 Colin Ryan, number 14 very much their danger man Barry McHugh, and number 11 is Owen Boyle. We'll move across then to the St Michael's side, who seem to have just gone in for their last bit of debrief into the change rooms beside them, but they're in blue and white making their way down from Galway City today. And in goal then for Kelly's side is number 16 Greg Grogan. The full-back line is number 5 Jack Brown, number 2 Carl Mager, and number 4 is Stephen Kerr. The half-back line is number 10 Ronan McGuilla-Ree, number 6 is JP Boyle, and number 7 is Owen Kernan. The middle of the field then is number 24 Finan Cruz, number 11 Darren Sinton, and number 18 is Gavin Somerville. Centre forward is number 17, and a big boost, Ethan Florentini will return at centre forward. Number 26 is Kieran Clossity, and then inside line is number 25 Darragh O'Malley, and number 14 Brian Harlow, who was an injured out, but good to see him back in action there again today. And number 20 is James Coyle. And again, Alan, you're looking at the St Michael's team, and you're looking at Gary Higgins is suspended. Colin Gallagher is injured. Dave Conlan is injured as well, we believe. A lot of big names there. You mentioned Eamon Brannigan as well. They are missing a lot of bodies.
They are, and it's going to be a tough ask of them this afternoon, and so it's important not to let Mountbellew get a steamroll of them on the first quarter of the match and stay with them till half time. And even the experience of Frank Daly is a big loss to them. I see he's moved on to the Masters football. Frank is a great experienced campaigner for Michaels down through the years, and he will be a loss to them just to show the young lads the way. But look at yeah, Michaels have a big ask today, but as I said, I'm just looking up Mountbellew. They're backboned by a lot of that 2021 senior team that won the county championship here, and they'll be looking for a lot of improvement here as well from the last day as well. So against Salthill, but look, it should be a good afternoon for a game of football, and really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was thinking back to the game that they played here in 2023. So I think it was the group stages. That was the year that I believe St Michael's were relegated, but it was a bit of a storm flow that day. I think it was, looking at the score here, 11 points to 1-1 that day in favour of Mountbellew Moylough. It's just pivotal that St Michael's hang in here. I know they had, disappointment the first day out against Duke Gerard, but the way this is set up, we touched on the group pairings a couple of times. Whoever loses today is in right big bother, having lost the first round as well.
Yeah, and especially if Michaels are looking at Salthill in the last day out, like, you know what I mean, for the top three of the county at the moment, they're really going to have today is the big one for them. As I said, it's nearly a 4-pointer today for them, really, but yeah, it's going to be a big ask for them. But look at, you just never know. The way the 2-point system and new rules are happening, John, and you can see an 8-point lead fairly whittled down. And you see when I was at the match there a few weeks ago, Killallen and St James's, the way James is so well ahead in that game, and Killallen reel them in by a good few two-pointers by young Walsh. So look, anything could happen on a day like today, and I suppose the good kicking teams now will get to the mark with the 2-pointers and see how things go.
Yeah, so to paint the picture in terms of conditions, the pitch is looking immaculate as always here in Tuam Stadium. A little bit overcast, still kind of warm, sticky, but a bit of a swirling breeze as well. Looking around, Alan, the flags, not really a lot of movement. It feels like it's calmed down a bit. Felt like it was a lot more swirly when teams are out for their warm-ups there. Yeah,
I think it's still ticking into the town end is favourable, Johnny. I was just looking at Barry McHugh taking a few frees there. He's hitting them left to right, that swirly breeze, so it's just it'll be probably whoever goes in for the town end will have that advantage of the small swirling breeze. But again, all credit to the groundsmen here that this is like a carpet there. It's so good at the moment. You can just, I always said about Tuam Stadium, that's is a pinnacle of Galway football, where I always used to feel when you're taking a free or a kick out, you just could throw the ball down any part of the pitch and to just sit up lovely for you to take the ball off the ground. But to see Barry hitting the ball there now with a free, just pulling wide just for his warm up. But look at yeah, all credit to the groundsman. It's looking immaculate, and again, it leads to a great game of football.
Yeah, I'm laughing to myself there. Barry McHugh got a free. He must have been close to the 65 here in the first day out. Absolutely pinged it over. A remarkable placer of a kicker of a place ball. Of course, this is a double header of action to come. This is action as things stand. We'll be in Group 1, but we will have the battle then between Milltown and Corofin then in the second game. It's Group 4. Both winners of the first round respectively, in a busy, I suppose, weekend calendar of football in Galway football over the course of the weekend. The cameras will be in Pearse Stadium tomorrow. Another couple of humdingers of games to come here as well. So a lot of action on the line in what we call moving weekend. The referee for today, all in red out there with the black shorts, is PJ Rabbit. So we're pretty much ready to go here. Not the biggest crowd in the world. It hasn't got the same bit of bite that probably potentially did in first round games, but we'll see how things develop. We're ready for action here. It's Group 1 of the Secours Galway Senior Football Championship, and it is Mountbellew Moylough in the Kilkenny Curlers, if you want to call them that, and St Michael's in the all blue kit out there, and we're ready for action. It will be St Michael's who will attack the town goal in the opening half. Just getting the last of the pre-match routines into a situation there. Players being told to stay back between the respective 45s, but we are up and ready to go. So already an action commences, and it's St Michael's who win the breaking ball, and it's Ethan Florentine that almost got in there, but his pocket has been picked by Kieran Mulhern, and over towards the left hand side they go. Breeze, we said I might have calmed down, but just as the ball is thrown in, it seems to have swirled again. It's an early ball for Barry McHugh just inside the 45. They go through the hands. St Michael's now in a little bit of pocket just outside the arc, over towards the empty terrace now, and it is still Mountbellew Moylough keeping on possession. Did see them have a lot of patience in the football in the first round. Now they pop the ball off the shoulder, moves through the hands, and John Daly comes forward. Has to go around the referee, looked up, punches the ball in towards the corner, towards the left-hand side. Pressure is coming on there. Barry McHugh goes left and right, is well tagged by Colin Maher. And now the ball is kicked all the way back outside the 45, and they go for the reset. There's options over on the left-hand side. Owen Boyle gets things now with open country on the right-hand side in front of the main stand here in Tuam Stadium. Pops the ball off the shoulder. A little spin around the corners. Kieran Mulhern. He's still on going. He'll get his shot away. It's left-footed, and it's a good bit out towards the left-hand side and wide in the end. The first attack comes to nothing. We were seeing that patience maintained the whole time there from Mountbellew Moylough.
Yeah, you can see the way they're trying to set up their. They're kind of leaving front of the D very blank there at the moment, Johnny, and trying to get the runners in and kind of, I suppose, trying to get the likes of John Daly on the ball, good kickers to kind of pick the punches in the corners and see can they get the ball into, I suppose, their main scorer in chief, Barry McHugh, who kicked, as man says, 1-9 or the 1-10 the last day. Is 90% of the score. So if Michaels are looking at that match result the last day, they're looking to keep Barry McHugh under cash today. So let's see how things happen.
So the kick out, first of the day, is won by St Michael's. Mountbellew Moylough turned over the St Michael's kick out. Now they're driving forward here, and this is a good bit of open country, and that'll be a free. They have the advantage. Come back for a free 2-point effort, all just inside. Wildly slashed away, but do have the benefit of the place ball. And Barry McHugh, right on cue, will spin across here to take his first of the day, try and get the first score here in Tuam Stadium. Coming up to 2 minutes gone here in the opening half. He's over just halfway between the two arcs, a couple of yards past the left hand side post. Doesn't like that O'Neill size 5, trolls that one away. Fresh one is coming here now as he just gets the ball in place on that one. Alan is collectible for someone over there.
I used to be finicky then myself, Johnny. I used to look for the newer football, you get a better kick off it, and Barry is the same idea as well. It's amazing how the difference, how the training ball and a game ball, the difference in them. But it just goes to show there at the start how John Daly has got on to 3 possessions already from the start, and he's going to be pinnacle for this team. And I'd say this is bread and butter for Barry, and he steps up. He's one of the better place kickers in the county at his job. Great free taker.
So he goes right in cue. It's high. Has it got the accuracy? There we go. Talk about the commentator's curse. We all thought that would have been chalked up, but he has got his first wide of the game. So still scoreless here. Bit of a collector's item, that one. Certainly got the elevation on it, but just straight across the face of the goal. Now comes the kick out. Mountbellew Moylough really squeezed a lot of bodies here in front of the stand, and then here comes the dummy one. It's a clever kick out. Looked like for all the world that Greg Hogan was going to go long, but then he sort of stopped and then almost to the outside of the boot just poked it. Beautiful kick out there to Stephen Kerr.
Yeah, Greg, sure, he's Greg. I presume he played outfield for Michaels for a number of years, so there's a change in goalkeeper. So it's going to be a big ask for him to step into that role. And I suppose the more thing they're looking for is for the puck outs and maybe the allocation if I get involved in the play. So
long ball sent in there by JP Boyle, but it's gobbled up by the Mountbellew Moylough defence, and now out they come with possession of the football. John Daly now punts the ball over. The PA system is blaring here in Tuam Stadium. You probably hear there's a stray car there, but we'll continue the action down towards the left-hand side, moving their hands. Clever little play, might open up here. There's potentially an opportunity for Mountbellew Moylough. Swarm defence is coming in over there. Somerville has come through, and then too many steps is the call, and what looked like a dangerous opportunity, the St Michael's defence just rushed back and gobbled it up. Yeah, Owen Curran is kind of covering across there a good bit. He's coming in for his half-back line to kind of cover his sweeper, and he seems to be just as I said that, he's turned her over there with a bad hand pass going backwards. So here comes Mountbellew Moylough with the turnover. The ball has slipped back, and it's hot potato stuff there. Eventually it's caught up, and outcome to possession now is Ethan Florentine. Pops it off the shoulder to Darren Sinton. It comes across now, and quickly will be boot here. Ronan McGullary puts one into the open corner over the far side, but Brian Harlow, who wasn't injured out coming into the game, couldn't get the burner as the ball a good bit over the top there. Nothing the full forward could do with that one. Now here comes Mountbellew Moylough coming out of the game. Coming up to 5 minutes gone here in the opening half. Still scoreless here in Tuam Stadium. Both sides yet to get a lot of shots off so far. Now they come forward again here, Mountbellew Moylough. And Billy Mannion will have to be careful. They'll just ooshes a bit of a man out of the way there and sends his side on the attack. In comes Barry McHugh as a goal scoring opportunity. McHugh from the right hand side, come back on the left, puts it into the side netting. You could see he was trying to force the angle. Big opportunity, and no more than the free he had a couple of moments ago. When you saw him looking down the eyes of Greg Rugan there, you thought it was going to be a goal. Yeah, he was definitely backing himself against Greg there, but
Yeah, he didn't get across, get a good full clean contact to that left boot. He should have came across maybe in one more step and cut across Greg with the shot. But yeah, it was a big miss from Mountbellew. Like, that's 1-1 gone a begging there, 4 points, and especially in the first 5 minutes, Mountbellew will be looking to, could be 1-1 to no score up at this stage.
Yeah, not surprised to see that O'Kernan needs a dash of water and a bit of TLC there. A bit of a crunching hit there, and by Billy Mannion, who's a strong unit of a man. The two bodies collided here in the early phase of that attack, so he's getting some runner repairs out there. So still scoreless, 6 minutes gone here in the first half in Tuam Stadium. Very much shadow boxing so far from both sides, but the kick out, it will come now. Kernan is up on his feet. Physios from both sides depart the playing field, and we await another kick out. So he's won one and lost one. He's lofts one. It's a unique kick out, and as they've lost that one again there, seems to be working a few on those little chipped place balls. That was just a little sandwich up the middle, but it's been overturned. So Michaels do get possession back again. Up towards Dara Malley, gets a little push in the backs perhaps, but he picks the ball up at the second occasion. Now he's running down the right hand side. Still no free being awarded. There's options around. Will they go for one from distance? They will. Gavin Somerville goes from high from downtown, but it's out for their first wide of the game. And both sides, we're coming up to 7 minutes now, Alan. Still scoreless. A little bit wayward so far.
There is, yeah, and I suppose a battle around the midfield. I suppose what Michaels I'm looking at here with young Brian Harlow, James Kyle and Darren Malley inside. They're looking to get quick ball in there as quick as the ball. If the ball is broken down, Michaels win or turnover. The best option for them, I think, at the moment is try and get the ball in lively into the full forward line as quick as they can, because if Mountbellew get back in numbers with their physicality and size, Michaels will find it hard to break them down. So yeah, and it has to be a good ball into the likes of Harlow and these lads for them to get scores. We have an injury over there, and PJ the Rabbits just standing over the river as a Colin Mannion is down at the moment.
It looks like him, alright, doesn't it? Yeah, so certainly they can't afford.
It's not Colin, no.
It's like a knee injury perhaps. Certainly a player down getting some concern over there in the Mountbellew Moylough setup. Fergal O'Donnell, of course, is the manager this year. There's having a conversation there with Enda Daly. Some movement happening on both sides as well. A few switches taking place. In fact, it is Adam Colleran who was injured there a couple of moments ago. Still testing out, looks like his knee. Potential, no, some movement, bodies moving everywhere. The medics are probably the busier than anyone so far. Certainly busier than the umpires to date. We were yet to have a score here. Coming up into 8 minutes gone here in the first half in Tuam Stadium between Mountbellew Moylough and St. Michael's. Now, eventually, we will get this Michael Foley kick out. He's not really has a short option here. The middle third is swarmed. Looks like he'll go long. Now they're starting to break into perhaps those pocket of space. He looks like he wants to go short. Now he's to be careful, and indeed he's taken a step too far. And you just could almost sense that one, Alan. Not a lot of movement initially.
Yeah, the new.
Was there an infringement perhaps there? I thought he'd punished the goalkeeper for taking too long. There would have been a hot ball, but he gives possession back to Mountbellew Moylough. So it must have been an infringement there, perhaps a 3-on-3 breach.
Yeah, I didn't spot that. I was watching the goalkeeper for the kickouts, but yeah, it is. PG made that decision there, and Mountbellew are on the attack again. As you can see, Billy Mannion get through a lot of possessions along with John Daly. Here we go again.
Daly now boots the ball into McHugh. We'll see that a good bit. McHugh now gets space again for the second occasion. This time from a long way out, tries to punch it and punches it up and punches it over the bar. So it's taken almost 10 minutes of action, but in the end, I suppose if it had to go to anyone, it was two words. Their dangerous man, Barry McHugh, and this time no nonsense, wasn't trying to force a goal or anything, just to steady the ship and get his side in front.
Yeah, he went back to basics there and just fished that point over from about 14-15 yards over, and yeah, they're looking for. Every time John Daly gets that ball, he's looking for McHugh inside, and Colin Merger, I think, is going to have a busy afternoon for St. Michael's, trying to keep Barry McHugh under his wraps, but Michael's on the attack here.
They certainly are, and Cian Clossity coming through, trying to get a quick equaliser. Has he got it? He hasn't. Out towards the left-hand side and wide. Will be frustrated about that one. It was a decent opportunity. Moved it well from their own kick-out, but it just strayed past the left-hand side post again. So Foley this time, you would imagine, will try and hit this one a little bit quicker. Still having a conversation. It's going to go up towards us here in the main stand, the Joe O'Toole stand, very close to the sideline, but well caught in the end over there. And now they move the ball into field, where it's Billy Mannion. has options inside, which is Leo Donnell. Donnell now covering a good bit of ground, breaks the 45, spins around the challenge, comes back in towards the middle zone again, where Billy Manning is on the shoulder, three in his back, but playing wing back today. In fact, nearly playing out of midfield at times the way he's pushing forward. Gets possession of the ball again, goes outside of the left. It's a stray ball, but it just about makes it not quite intended a target, but now it's John Daly coming forward on the 21. Will shoot from the left-hand side, goes high. Has he got it? He certainly has. It's like London buses here in Tuam Stadium. We waited almost 10 minutes for a score. Now a minute 11 later, on the 11th minute, it's Mountbellew Moylough who lead St. Michael's by 2 points to no score.
Yeah, as you can see, the main players are getting their ex-inter-county lads, McHughes and John Daly, who's currently in with Porrick squad, getting on the ball an awful lot and then starting to ramp up the game. So look at Greg is going to look for a long kick out here at this stage now, and they're looking for a break. But yeah, it's going to be a busy afternoon for St. Michael's.
So another short kick out. It's a beautiful one at that. Are you a fan of those, Alan? Those little we thought they were going out of the game when the tweaks and the FRC, but sometimes there is an opportunity just to dink it left or right, almost at a straight angle.
There is, yeah. In fairness, and Greg, as I said, he's there specifically for those little pockets, for hitting them into pockets with the left foot. And when it starts to go long, Greg probably won't have the distance as the usual goalkeepers will.
The challenge comes out over there, but the breaking ball will be picked up by St. Michael's. Brian Harlow now, just inside the 45, now pops the ball infield, where it's taken up by Finn and Cruz. It moves it over on the right-hand side on Kernan. Fresh from that bang a couple of moments ago. It seems to be flying though, but gives it back towards Cruz. Over on the right-hand side now, Mountbellew Moylough have put a lot of bodies in front of that middle zone there, so not a lot of opportunity for Somerville now. Looks around the shoulder, looking for options. His ball over the top is towards Kernan. Kernan gets it. This could be half a goal scoring opportunity. Takes a shot, drives it up and over the bar. St. Michael's first score of the game, but it's the minimum between the sides. 2 points for Mountbellew Moylough, 1 to St. Michael's. That was a fine score and half a goal scoring chance as well.
Yeah, Kernan, he got 2 goals in the last game, so I don't know, he went a bit lower there, got a chance, but maybe to get to settle the nerves, get the scoreboard ticking over. But it was a great breakthrough, and he's very good at that. And as I said, the last game he popped up with 2 goals, so he's keeping his scoring record going so far.
So Foley goes long up the middle. Who's going to win the breaking ball? It's going to be won by St. Michael's, and now they come flying forward, and they're starting to get their running game going in the last couple of moments here. Over on the right hand side they go, and making a good bit of ground here is Clossett. Pops the ball off the shoulder, almost a backdoor cut. Punch goes across and punch goes over, and we're level here in Tuam Stadium. 2 points apiece. It was a flying flown move, punched over the bar in the end. Ethan Florentini, and he is a welcome boost to St. Michael's, and he ties up the sides.
I covered 1 or 2 of the games here last year with Johnny. I was very impressed at Fiorentini, and I can say from the last Duke Drar game they missed him, and he's a big addition to have for this game.
So again, Foley goes short. That's very close to the sideline, but it is kept into play, and gets possession back for his side. Over towards the left hand side they go now. 2 points apiece here. 13 and a half, almost 14 minutes gone here in the first half in Tuam Stadium. John Daly now comes forward, hits a bit of pressure, but then boots the ball down the line, where it's picked up by Tony Shields. Shields now is a bit of a flyer, has options in front of him, and that is Kieran Mulhern. Mulhern now will try and get back on his left foot. Willie pops the ball off the shoulder. Inside it goes towards Owen Boyle and punches the ball infield now towards Barry McHugh, who's playing a lot deeper. There's options potentially in the middle. Takes his time and now belatedly punches across the ball across. Might get a 1-2. He will. He looks up now. And now he chips one in towards the left hand side there. Break a couple of lines. It was well run initially by Colin Ryan. This is coming through, half a goal scoring opportunity, but the goal kick comes out. He's missed it. This could be a goal. It's punched across and it's walked into the net. Tony Shields, has he got the ball in? The referee's looking at it. Goal, Tony Shields nearly brought himself on the ball, got the bit of contact. It's not quite Meath and Louth in the Leinster final, but unlike Joe Sheridan, I think he got the contact on it just about.
Just about, and I'd say it was about the full width of the ball across the line as well, Johnny, so it was very close. And it was touched off on the Michael's lads, and it definitely went across the line.
Well, it's probably as ugly as a goal as you'll get in your life, but it has put Mountbellew Moylough into the back in front in the lead here. 1-2 to 2 points. Ball over the top on the left hand side. You would say it was well worked, scrappy or whatever. They got the job done. They got the first green flag of the day.
And I suppose looking for the goalkeeper perspective, Greg kind of got caught there in relation to the tackle, and he didn't get the man stopped up and give it a bit to give a help to his defence, and probably that'd be a bit upset over that. But Mountbellew punished the mistake, and they're leading here on a scoreline of 1-2 to 2 points.
They certainly are. They have possession got back at their disposal again. Now they're going to run it from deep. Starting to find a bit of pockets here. Mulher now starting to see a lot of ball in the last couple of moments. Gets possession again. Decided was always going to give it to the goal scorer, but Brian Noon is coming forward. And look at the space Noon has, and he's an option inside. He's still going the corner back. Will he go back on his left? He's going to walk it all the way through. Eventually takes a shot, and maybe the number was reflective of the shown opportunity. Certainly had a lot of time to get that shot away there.
He did. Even he didn't back himself on the right foot, and then he turned back onto his weaker left foot, and he dropped it short. With a big turnover here now from Mountbellew. They look to move it faster with tap and go by Billy Mannion.
Onwards they go now again. Referee I think isn't happy of the placement of it. It's gone a little bit heated here in the last couple of moments. Take two. Daly gets it back from Owen Boyle. And Daly now goes outside of the loft, in towards McHugh. It's not the greatest ball in the world. It'll dribble out of play. No, in fact, St. Michael's hold on to possession. Carl Mager will come forward now with possession. Gives the ball up towards Kernan. Across now into the hands of JD Doyle. Doyle now gives it inside, and they move it through hands over towards the left hand side here. Ethan Florentine, who tied the sides up, but since then we've had that Tony Shields goal. Good bit of duress on that one there. But a free, and it's a tap and go taken. O'Malley now comes flying forward outside the 2-point arc in front of the town goal here in Tuam Stadium. Body's starting to collide inside, but here comes O'Malley again from the left hand side. Can he get back on his right? He will. He strikes it high. Is he going to squeeze this one in? It looks good. He's going short. Lands on the roof of the net. Fine score in the end. So 3 points now for St. Michael's. 1-2 from Mountbellew Moylough. Clock shows 17 minutes gone, and a fine response. Yeah,
for Fergal O'Donnell, manager of Mountbellew, I'd be kind of worried that any time that St. Michael's have ran at Mountbellew, they've put under pressure. But Darren Melly there with a fine score. I thought it was going to hold up in the breeze, but in fairness, it just dropped over, just did enough to get the score. So with all the play that Mountbellew have, they're still just the 2 points up, but they are dominating a lot of the possession, and they're working through the hands. And St. Michael's at the moment are not really putting in much contact, but look, they'll be happy enough. Coley Kelly in his first year with St. Michael's as manager, he'll be happy enough, so satisfied so far.
So Mountbellew keep on possession this middle third here. Across in the terrace on the far side now. They give the give and go up to their captain Daly. Pops it off the shoulder to Mannion. Now in towards Shields. He's busy. He's going to spin past his man and going, look at the burners coming through. Still going. Pops the ball off the shoulder towards Colin Ryan. Can he get his shot away? No, he leaves it back. Shot comes from distance. It looks good. Colin Mannion has nailed a wonderful, and that's a wonderful individual finish in the end, but an even better team score.
Yeah, Shields seems to have to measure his man there with the lively quick feet, and he's burning pockets of holes in for the St. Michael's defence, and a quick loop over there, and Colin Mannion with a lovely sweet right footed point on the turn and a great score.
So they go short again. This one just about goes the required distance, but Cruz does well to keep on possession. Score now, Mountbellew Moylough 1-3, St. Michael's 3 points. The Tony Shields, Alan touched on his performance so far. It's his goal that is the difference between the sides as things stand. Loft the ball in towards the corner, down towards the old entrance here in Tuam Stadium. Was taken very cleverly though by O'Malley. He looks dangerous inside. Now runs in forward. Might take a lot of steps, but keeps on possession. Spins the ball back now where Coyle gets it. Around the loop. It's open up here for Coyle now. If he comes in through, as he manned his way through, looking for option. Boots the ball a good bit back towards Cruz. Now Cruz looks up and quickly sprays it cleverly over towards the right hand side, looking up for options. A long ball goes in around the house. This is very dangerous here, but Foley should have it, and he takes on possession for his side. In the end, that one drops short, and now their turn to try and build from deep. Colin Murray, one of the changes back into the side, initially won that breaking ball. Daly now looks up, punches it over towards the left hand side, where Boyle quickly moves it off the shoulder. Now up come the Bees, coming flying forward here, covering a lot of pace. They've certainly added a hard running game. Fergal O'Donnell seems to have implemented, of course, into Daly, back involved in the backroom team as well. McHugh now gets it as central zone. Body collides off the ball there, but play on is the call. McHugh now punches the ball in towards the caller, towards Ryan, who shoots first time. This one will be a bit short, I would suggest, and is the second short of the game. And now this is where Grogan should be at home here, as he comes soloing forward. First real time to come driving forward. They're down with 14, so he can carry it almost as a free man. Off it goes towards Mager. Now quickly sprays it over on the right hand side. Encouraged to come forward. It's Ronan McGillivray, who's got that big goal last year against Caltra, who comes flying forward with the ball. Gives it towards Somerville. Can shoot from distance, but has to get out of trouble here. He has to be very careful. Does ever so well to spin out of that series of challenges. Clossity now gets it and punches the ball backwards. It's picked up by Harlow. Both full forwards spending a lot of time outside away from the goal mouth. Cruz now will chip it over towards the right hand side. 20 and a half minutes gone here in the first half in Tuam Stadium. It's Mountbellew Moylough who lead St Michael's by 1-3 to 3 points. But St Michael's now on the attack again, having the ball for a large period of time here. Closity now looks up, it might open up for him, punches the ball, straight ball in field, where it's picked up by Florentini. Now off the shoulder they go, there's options around. Somerville, will he get it? He will, outside the 2-point arc, but it's very congested over there. They're going to have to try and just get a different point of penetration into this Mountbellew defence, because it's very packed at the moment. Florentini will try and chips a short little ball backwards, where it's picked up now by Somerville. Somerville will look over and then chips it across the face of the pitch here, where it's picked up by Coyle. Coyle now has an opportunity to try and take on Brian Noon in front of him, slips on the surface, loses possession as he is, and he's gobbled up, and it's Shields there again, and this guy has open country, and this could be dangerous because he is rocket fuel. Down the left hand side he goes, cuts the ball in field, where picks up here by Colin Mannion. He isn't slow either. They've covered a good bit of ground. They're outside the 21 of St Michael's. Backers come, poor little ball though on the loop, and St Michael's get the turnover. Game getting very, very scrappy at times, Alan.
It has been, from the goalkeeper down here from Mountbellew in relation to Foley, and the drop short, and then Greg went and grabbed another drop short into Greg, and 2 turnovers. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes of sloppy enough football in relation to possessions and turnovers inside the 21s, and Mountbellew out in full back line are very strong there at the moment, but look, it's not easy on the eye at the moment in relation to free flowing football, Jonathan.
Yeah, the one thing that you would say from the Mountbellew Moylough perspective, Colin Murray in there at the cornerback, full-back position. He's a big addition. He's won a couple of good balls by just sprinting out in front.
He has. He's Brian Harlow there, kind of well measured at the moment. And I suppose Brian will be looking to get the ball there inside the D and trying to get a score off, but he's kind of struggling to get possession at the moment. And Murray is his burst of pace is really hurting Brian.
James Foley now, short ball in field towards Billy Mannion. Cross now towards Daly. Their turn to try and keep some possession here. Daly now looks forward, spins it around towards Foley. Foley now takes it on the loop. He breaks the St Michael's 45. Left hand side, across now towards McHugh, who's come out. Can he get half a step to take a shot? He looks like he has. Turned down the opportunity. Backwards they go. And they keep on possession. Again, just outside the 45. In towards the central zone now. They keep on possession. Runners are around. One of those is Mulhern. He gets it. Mulhern does well. He's coming through, but needs to go back on the left. Still going through. Meandered his way forward. Scrappy cleverly gets a hand pass out of trouble there. Back towards Billy Mannion. Central zone now. Looking for options. It gives one off the shoulder here. McHugh is hovering around outside the loop. He's like a kicker in rugby union at times there as well. Just loitering around there. The out half trying to get that drop goal opportunity, but they keep on possession. And across now towards Boyle in front of the stand here, right hand side, just outside the 21, almost trying to stretch the St Michael's defence. Keeps the ball, a short little hand pass. It's picked up by Mannion. Mannion gives it back now towards Mulhern. Mulhern now looks up. Might open up here if he decides to ping his way through. Chips one in towards Shields. Now breaks him. Shields now off his left. Has this one the legs? Either way, it's off target in the end. And frustratingly, that a shot goes towards the right hand side and wide, so it's still a long time without a score. 1-3 for Mountbellew Moylough to the 3 points of St Michael's.
Yeah, very kind of methodical and slow pass up by build up by Mountbellew, but look at again they're trying to break down Michael's as much as they can, and Mountbellew are more looking at getting the ball up to the middle to Barry McHugh as quick as they can, where Michael's are again trying not let them bring the ball into contact and keeping it out the wings more so, but yeah, it's kind of dicey enough so far. Affair so far. Greg with a big long kick out here at the moment, and Mountbellew are going to win this through Billy Mannion.
And they certainly are. That's the first real time he's gone really old school long with it out to the front of the stand into that danger area. But Mountbellew Moylough win the breaking ball, and they're on the attack again. They stretch it over towards the left hand side as we get closer towards half time. It feels like anybody's game out here in Tuam Stadium. This is Group 1 of the Secours Galway Senior Football Championship. Both sides were unsuccessful on their first day out. They won't want to lose here again today. Ball punch into the corner towards McHugh. Has potentially options. Tries to get his shot away. Good defending over there. And Colin Mager has come out of that one, and that'll give him and his side a big oxygen boost because it's a fine turnover.
Yeah, it's a big turnover for St Michael's, and that's the first one that he's come to fruition against McHugh today. So that'll give oxygen to St Michael's, as you said, Jonathan. And hopefully to get onto the attack here and maybe get a score or two before half time. As I said, there's 25 minutes gone, and with 3 points, look, at St. Michael's won't be too worried about the situation at the moment. Like now they have whatever you think of, whatever bit of a breeze, and the sun is just starting to appear here in Tuam Stadium, and they're going to look to stretch here now. They need to be getting young Kern on the ball as much as they can and try and get Brian Harlow into the game more so.
Darren Singleton goes for one from distance. It's short though, hadn't the target anyways, so it's just misplaced, and it gives possession back towards Mountbellew Moylough, who are keeping at times the very patient build up. Hasn't added to the spectacle so far. Both sides keeping large phases of possession, but perhaps understandable given a huge amount on the line here for both sides. Realistically, lose this one and you're looking at a scrap the last day out in your last game. Certainly huge rewards if anybody is able to get the 2 points here. It'll be their first points, either teams, of the group so far. Billy Manny now trying to drive his side forward outside the 2-point arc, moves through the hands. They go. Leo O'Donnell now will get his way through, squeeze the hand pass towards McHugh. Clever little sidestep, gives it back towards Donlan, tries to force it back, but it is a combination back there, and Jack Brown, another vital defensive intervention back there.
Yeah, they're kind of, I think they're looking for Barry too much, Jonathan. Donlan could have pulled the trigger there himself, and the play previous there, Colin Maher made a great interception and clean up Barry McHugh, and the ball dropped dead up on the front into the Mountbellew goalies, and that they're a killer, so they need to get a score here now in the worst free, and that's a free for Darragh O'Malley, who seems to have the measure of his market there. He's very lively at the moment, and any possession he's going, he's hitting straight for goal, and as a defender, that's the last thing you want to be thinking of, as a lad bearing down goal and quick feet and quick hands. That Darragh definitely has that. Yeah,
and Gavin Somerville again was the player that brought the ball the majority of the way. Nice little pass through the lines. He's been quite one of the standout players so far as well out there.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And look at Michaels again. We'll be satisfied. We're looking at the clock here with 27.5 minutes gone. This is an opportunity for Brian to get his first score of the game and bring back to a 2-pointer.
Yeah, it'll be the first place ball of the game as well. So here comes the full forward. Makes no mistake. So 4 points now for St. Michael's to the 1-3 of Mountbellew Moylough. We're close towards the, I was about to say the halftime hooter, the halftime whistle. See how things develop here on the last potential kick out of the game of this half, even from Michael Foley. Look again, eyes that he wants to go short. 2 hands are out. He's going to have to be careful here. He's taking a couple of false starts and then chips one. You took a bit of a sigh of relief or anxious, I'm not sure what it was there, Alan, but those little lofted ones, they're straight. If anybody gets a touch,
Jonathan, especially up the middle, it can be dangerous straight away because you're wide open. Then if that happens out the side, at least you have a chance of getting numbers back. But when that goes up the middle and if it goes wrong, you're in goal territory straight away by the opposition.
So here they come. It might work out to be a nice little decision as you come through. This might be a goal scoring opportunity, and it's into the back of the net. And Michael Kelly has just tucked his side's second goal of the game. And the short kick out, whatever the risk and reward, they were rewarded with a green flag. It was a fine flowing team move, seemed to open up there and then tucked into the bottom right hand corner of the net. It comes on through, a little dribble as it bounced off the surface, but a fine shot and an important goal, their second of the game. And it's a significant score just before half time as well. 2-3 now for Mountbellew Moylough to 4 points of St. Michael's. A killer blow for the city side. Yeah,
that a really punch in the guts for St. Michael's just before half time, as it says. And look at Colin Murray again, is coming out. A big tackle there by one of the Mountbellew defenders. But yeah, look, it's really stretched it now. 10 points to 4. Mountbellew again will get the chest to be out at half time. But again, the quick hands of Mountbellew, and you can see it's nearly like a training game sometimes when they're going forward against St. Michael's defence. They're really punching holes and move the quick hands. But if they get static at all, Michael's are keeping them away a small bit. But look at, it was a big score by Mountbellew, and Fergal O'Donnell and his mentors will be satisfied with that.
So Mountbellew Moylough keep on possession as we go into additional time here in Tuam Stadium. And they keep on possession, move through the hands. 2 minutes to be started here. Starts with a shot there, but frustrating one from the Mountbellew Moylough perspective. They shoot that one towards the right hand side and wide, but they do have what feels like a big moment here coming towards half time. 5-point advantage. Prior to that was an even game. Their second goal. And they go kick out again, go short. This time they just about get away with it. We've seen a good few of those little efforts down to the centre back position. Michaels, though, this time keep on possession from their own kick out. Probably need a score prior to half time as well. Responded to the first goal well, but now Ethan Florentine gives the ball off the shoulder. Now they spin the ball backwards, where it's picked up by Fionn Cruz. Cruz now looks in field, pops the ball off the shoulder towards Clossity, but look, Moylough have just said we're going to clog up this middle zone here for the last minute or so of the first half, trying to force any sort of an opportunity to be made very difficult at best. Florentini now down towards the right hand side with a clever kick pass. He's going to get the ball in a couple of seconds, and he gets it again just outside the 45. One last real reset, you would say, here. It's by St. Michael's down towards the time goal. On the shoulder now is Cruz. He's driving forward. He's inside the 2-point arc. Inside the old arc. It's a 1-2. Will shoot. The Mayo man, can he get his shot away? He can. He puts it over the bar. We said they needed a score, and that is a fine response. Difficult because Moylough had pretty much every player they could possibly get in that middle third. But fine, quick hands from St. Michael's and make it a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, there's a big score now just before the half time. It'll be interesting when PG blow the whistle for half time. There's another player to it, but a great kick out by the goalkeeper there from Mountbellew, and Mountbellew in the attack again. I just see Mountbellew have put young Colleran on O'Malley to change Brian Noon off him to see how can he get a better return out of O'Malley, who's doing damage for St. Michael's. But steady again here. Mountbellew, Billy Mannion's on the ball.
It is, pops it off the shoulder. Where it's given now in field towards Colin Ryan. Ryan now got it from McHugh, spins around, and he's still going, gets a solo away just about, but then he's number 6, who is on Kerwin, just forces a turnover. So there is the half-time whistle here in Atchoum Stadium. It's advantage for Moylough. They lead St. Michael's by 2-3 to 5 points. 4-point advantage for Fergal O'Donnell's side. But the old cliche, goals win games so far, seems to be the most appropriate.
Yeah, when you look at their the scoring, there's 5 scores each, and you say the goals win games, and Montbellew will be very happy with that so far. But again, they'll have the breeze in their back in the second half, and they will really look to get 7 or 8 more points and scoreboard in that second half to pull them maybe that extra, to get them to double digits, get them down the scoring last quarter to really put the hammer on the nail to St. Michael's. So Michael's are just getting themselves out here in the pitch before as Montbellew head into the dressing room. But this is, as I said, this is a big half for St. Michael's and their senior championship, the second round. So again, Fergal O'Donnell and his mentors will be satisfied enough with that half work, but there will be a lot of work to be done in the second half to kind of put St. Michael's aspirations in the senior championship in a major quandrum for the third match.
So Michael's do in fact decide after their debrief just to make it in the confines of the dressing rooms underneath us here in Atchoum Stadium. But the half-time score here in the Secours Galway Senior Football Championship Group 1 Round 2 clash sees Moylough lead St. Michael's by 2-3 to 5 points. We'll leave you with some half-time highlights, and we'll be back to you very shortly for the second half. Punches it over the bar, so it's taken almost a target, but now it's John Daly coming forward on the 21. Will shoot from the left hand side, goes high. Has he got it? He certainly has. It's like London buses here, shoulder, looking for options. His ball up the top is towards Kernan. Kernan gets it. This could be half a goal scoring opportunity. Takes a shot, drives it up and over the bar. The right hand side to go, and making a good bit of ground here. It's Clossity pops the ball off the shoulder, almost a backdoor cut. Punch goes across, and punch goes over, and we're left through half a goal scoring opportunity. But the goal kick comes out. He's missed it. This could be a goal. It's pushed across, and it's walked into the net. Tony Shields, has he got the ball in? The left side, can he get back on his right? He will. He strikes it high. Is he going to squeeze this one in? It looks good. He's going short. Lands on the roof of the next. Fine shoulder towards Colin Ryan. Can he get his shot away? No, he leaves it back. Shot comes from distance. It looks good. Colin Mannion has nailed a wonderful. That's a wonderful. Full forward. It's no mistake. It might work out to be a nice little decision. It's come through. This might be a goal scoring opportunity, and it's into the back of the net. He's driving forward. He's inside the 2-point arc. Inside the old arc, it's a 1-2. Will shoot. The Mayo man, can he get his shot away? He can. Second half of this Secours Galway Senior Football Championship Group 1 Round 2 clash between Moylough and St Michael's. It is Moylough aided by first half goals from Tony Shields, and then one very close towards half time from Michael Kelly. That's the difference between the sides. They lead by 2-3 to 5 points. The change of number here for Barry McHugh. I thought initially, Alan, when I heard his name called out, a change in Moylough, and you heard Barry McHugh. But thankfully, from their perspective, it's just a change of jersey. The number 14 obviously needs a bit of run repairs. He's out wearing number 25, but whatever the number on his back, he'll be badly needed for his side here in the second half.
He really, he's popped up with a point, but then he's in hard look for possibly another 1-2 or 1-3, Jonathan. So, yeah, he's a big player for Mountbellew still. He's their main scorer in chief, but yeah, a bit of a spread of scores from Mountbellew, but I suppose St Michael's with the 5 different scores that they've had in the first half, we're looking to definitely increase that, and they'll need definitely an early goal, Jonathan, probably to get a bit of wind in their sails for the second half. But it's going to be tough to break down this Mountbellew rear guard here at the moment, led by very strongly here by Johnny Daly and Billy Mannion, who are through the 4 from Mountbellew. And as I said earlier in the first half, Colleran is gone marking O'Malley to try and put the curb on his first half display, because he was fairly lively there in the first half for St Michael's. So yeah, we're just waiting for the last few players to come back from the field. The linesmen and PJs are waiting to throw in the ball for the second half here in Tuam Stadium, who Mountbellew will be playing with the slight wind advantage into the town end. And it'll be interesting to see how Greg Rogan with his kickouts will happen from this time around against the breeze.
So action commences, bit of battle in the middle of the pitch, but it is John Daly comes striding forward, and here come Moylough. Their first goal scorer, Tony Shields, coming like a train here, looking for options back towards Daly. Daly's shot is half blocked, it'll hang up in the air. But St Michael's defence stand tall. Almost the blistering start to the second half. They come flying forward with possession, and that's Gavin Somerville. Might have taken 1 or 2 perhaps, but he still goes and then just ooshes. Man, what's the referee going to do in this situation? Back for the first infringement, it would say. Definitely feels like championship football out there. A couple of those hits. Saw one Billy Mannion in the first half as well. Bit of meat on the line, a lot on the stake here.
Yeah, but as I said, there has been very clean game so far, and PJ hasn't to pull any, as pardon putting rabbits out of the hat yet in relation to yellow cards. So yeah, it's been a very clear affair now. It's a pick up off the ground there by Darragh O'Malley, and Moylough will get to restart again with dangerous ball across there by Billy.
It's overturned back towards Brian Harlow now. Can he get a shot and goal? Harlow on the left takes a shot, flashes it up and flashes it over the bar. Almost kamikaze stuff at the back there. In the end, it is punished with a white flag. Could have been green though, potentially.
It could have been a big mistake there by Billy Mannion, who went across the goals. You start off at underage football and hurling, whatever sport you do, never to cross the goal, and that was a kind of a very dangerous ball, but Brian was satisfied with the point. So yeah, a good start from St Michael's.
Yeah, his second of the game, first from play, Harlow, and now comes Foley, who's certainly took the full allocation of time in the end in the first half. This time puts a big boot through the ball, and it's well caught over the top there. Michael Kelly, not just the goal that he got so far, plucked that one out of the sky, gives it out towards Colin Mannion. Mannion breaks the 21 on the right hand side, gives it back towards Kelly again, spins around the shoulder toward Barry McHugh, and on the right, will they go for 2? This one would be an effort, kind of squeezes away in. It looks good, is it? It's a wonderful score. First 2-pointer of the game. It goes towards Moylough. A wonderful strike, and it makes its way through. Owen Boyle, the centre forward. You'd anticipate as somebody from the Moylough perspective that it potentially would be Barry McHugh, but Boyle stood up and a cleanest of strikes.
He did a beautiful strike, yeah, just on the inside of the right foot and just outside the edge of the arc. Beautiful score, and yeah, that puts another bit of breathing space again between the 5-point game again, and Greg has got off his first kick out there straight to he's one of his defenders, and they're looking to build the attack through Fiorentini again.
So here they come, St Michael's looking for a response. Over towards the left hand side, Owen Kernan pops the ball cleverly through the line for Boyle. Boyle now hits traffic, holds on to possession short. A hand pass, it goes across, intended towards Kerwin. Does he get the ball on the second occasion? Is it touched to the ground? Referee's happy to still let everything possessed. Now this could be trouble here, but Moylough have just added a lot of pace to their game here. Now they're coming driving forward, and look at the options. About 4 bodies were charging down. The runner coming through there, Colin Murray, who's gone from one end of the pitch to the other. Now ball is in possession of Kilmahern, and Mahern is still going. As he tripped, he's going to go outside of the left. Can he squeeze us over? He can't, out for a wide ball, but it was a free hit for the first infringement. But how much ground did Colin Murray's cover there?
Yeah, his winter training really stood out there with his 100-metre dash nearly up the length of the field, and that was brings the ball forward for Barry McHugh for the first free of the second half, and he looking to be late make amends from the first free that he got earlier in the first half to get this tapped over for Mountbellew. But yeah, it was a long burst and run up by the Mountbellew defender there, and Mountbellew looking to get the first score of the second half.
So he places the ball on the surface. He's on the 21 over on the left hand side. Breeze is kind of swirling across, so should definitely feature and help the little bit of an in-swinger here from the placed ball from McHugh. As he waits on now, going through the routine now. 25 on his back, but still the same player, and still the same strike, and like a golf swing. Just you could watch that all day long. Just stroke the ball over the bar and extends out his side's lead to now, which is a good opportunity on the game there. But they extend their side's lead. Important score for Barry McHugh. Puts the ball over the bar. And, thought the scoreboard had gone rogue over there, but it is 2-6 to Mountbellew, 6 points to St Michael's. And now comes McHugh again. And this one isn't as handsome, but it still could be very, very dangerous. A bounce that kept in play. It's like a Gary Owen comes across now. Shot will come away lately. It's a scramble effort. St Michael's swarm defence works out well there. Back towards James Foley. But nearly when the McHugh one hung up in the air, it was nearly in towards a dangerous area. Just St Michael's desperately got bodies back. A third goal there would have been absolute curtains.
It would have been the game over, Jonathan. But yeah, Barry, before he pulled the trigger, really leaned back there and that strike before he got the ball off, and it caused the ball to just skew up in the air. But here comes a strong run.
This could be goal number 3. Flashes over the bar, happy to take the score in the end. They extend out their side's lead. It was a run option through the middle. It's the midfielder, Leo Donlan, who extends out his side lead at 2-7 now for Moylough. 6 points for St Michael's, and with almost 6 minutes gone now in the second half, 7-point advantage for Moylough. St Michael's desperately need a score of their own.
Yeah, they need to get the win this kick out down the last 2, and they need in part to get this one. They've won the break around the middle, so they need to get the burners on here and get the ball up to Harlow and O'Malley inside as quick as they can. But if they slow up this ball going into the full forward line, Montbellew are very good at getting the numbers back, and Brian's been beaten to that ball there again, but O'Malley's onto fairly lively here.
O'Malley, this breaking ball could have worked out to his avail. Surely he's fouled there in the end. A little bit unfortunate perhaps, because initially it was Colin Murray again who certainly got the Weetabix this morning, comes sprinting out, got his paw on the ball, but it broke kindly for O'Malley, and then as he medged his way through on goal, he was fouled. So Brian Harlow will get that score that St Michael's desperately needed. After O'Malley was on it like a shot. Both sides are nearly already awaiting the resultant kick-out is to come. Harlow is looking up. St Michael's are happy to trust their kicker to take this one. He's not going to go Michael Meehan's died, is he, the way he looks around?
No, I don't think so. And I see John Daly just issuing instructions there to getting his backs organised and possibly set up for the kick-out. He's issuing back. Colin Murray just stand back in the line there with the goalkeeper, so just get a 3-man in the full and on the goal line just to cover things. But Brian, no doubt, will tap this over the bar.
Yeah, so just going to be the line of 3 Montbellew players on the scoreboard end. Just waiting for the instructions for Brian Harlow to try and just chip away at this Montbellew advantage, which is 7 points in the 7th minute of the second half. So here comes Harlow, makes no mistake, chops it over the bar. 7 points now for St Michael's, 2-7 for Montbellew. And here comes Michael Foley, and St Michael's will need to put a squeeze on this one, for you would feel. Try and get possession, try and get some momentum in the second half. Again, it's this short option potentially goal. It's going to go out here towards the sideline, up towards John Daly. Oh, ever so well, Daly under a little bit of duress there. Just ooshes past Florentini, who then gets a half a shoulder in to his credit, gets almost a turnover. But the breaking ball is kind now. Kieran Mulhern across towards the right hand side. And then they drive forward again with Billy Mannion. He's done that all day long. Bit of a sloppy possession there. but he holds on to possession. And now this coming dangerous opportunity coming across here. Can they get a shot away from the difficult angle? They can, but it's out towards the left-hand side and wide. Didn't have the accuracy in the end. It's their sixth wide of the game. So those tallies are starting to add up. Looks like there's a bit of movement on the benches here as well. Potentially some fresh legs to be introduced very, very shortly. But it is a 6-point advantage for Moylough. St. Michael's now get that one away. Just about good work right there. Gavin Somerville had to show a bit of strength and speed, and now he should open up the speed in the opposite end of the pitch because he can driving forward possession. The blue waves are starting to come around as the breeze swirls up here in Tuam Stadium. Sloppy hand pass though. It'll just be about tidied up here by Ethan Florentini, who is going to look up. He's going to see a lot of Moylough shirts in front of him. Pops the ball off the shoulder. Ronan McGuillery gets on possession. Short little hand pass. It's almost attack versus defence as Stephen Kerr now holds on to possession. Almost a standing position across now towards Boyle, and Boyle quickly moves it over towards the left-hand side, where Jack Brown does the same, moves it a little bit more over towards the left-hand side. McGuillery now off the shoulder he goes with the possession of the football, forced back closer towards halfway, but still St. Michael's keeping on possession. Fernand Cruz now got a point at the end of the first half, moves out of the shoulder towards Kerwin, across now towards Florentini, who comes in, spins around, gives this short little hand pass backwards, and now onwards they go here as Somerville comes across. This could be half a golden opportunity. Shots taken, it's straight down the bread basket of Foley, and he certainly got the big unit in front of that O'Neill size 5 there. And I'll let you describe the goalkeeper, but it was very, very good.
It was. In fairness to Foley, he stood up as long as possible before the shot was pulled, and he got a good body now. He wasn't positioned to kind of straight at him, but it was important that he stood his ground and held his position, and he made a great save. And Montbellew on the transition again, and I've noticed about Montbellew there in the second half in relation to when Michael's on the attack, they're getting numbers back a lot faster than they were in the first half. And I say Fergal has mentioned that the transition from attack to defence has to be a lot quicker, and in fairness, Montbellew are snuffing out Michael's when they get that break.
So here comes Moylough again on the attack. They're about to make a change in the next couple of moments, but it's the players as they were now. As James Foley comes forward, pops the ball off the shoulder to Shields. So really caught the eye here, Shields, so far. I know the goal might have been a little bit debatable, but he certainly carries the ball. He's just so quick, and so that low centre of gravity is so hard to
Darragh Sullivan used to play with Kerry one time, a lively forward and beautiful left foot in him, yeah. So wide there for Montbellew.
Yeah, up to wide, number 7. So yeah, number 7 in total. That change does take place, and it's Sean Kelly been introduced for Moylough. It was that latest effort came to no avail. Waiting now.
This number 4 here.
It's Greg Hogan. There's a false start from the kick out. And it's Adam Colleran who makes way for Sean Kelly for Moylough. Coming up towards 11 minutes now. Gone in the second half. Moylough leading by 2-7 to 7 points. He's still going short with them.
He is, and he's looking for that Fiorentini access too, like with Kelly gone out there 6'4", 6'5", big man. Greg will be looking to keep that ball away from that access point around the middle, and if I was Montbellew and Fergal O'Donnell, I'd really get time to put the squeeze on the keeper and let Greg go long as he can, the likes of Kelly and John Daly, that's been around the middle.
So ball in towards the corner there, but it's one at relative ease at the back, and I think it might lead to a change in the St. Michael's defence, or even attack, I beg your pardon, but it is Montbellew. Their defence was standing tall there, and they come out with possession. Up towards halfway they come, and it's Kelly straight into proceedings, spins around, keeps on to possession. Now we'll spread over towards the left hand side. Colin Mannion has to be careful here, just about come in as the challenge flew in for Mona McGuillery, but that one is just a coming together of the two number 10s there. Shouldn't be anything else aside from that. And another change here. He sees Kane Campbell come in for St. Michael's, and I think this might be the end of Brian Harlow's day, who's certainly looks to be struggling with that injury picked up in the first round.
Yeah, he was kind of struggling for pace there, and Brian usually a good man to go out and play from front, but he really got caught today, and just the first half there and the second 2 balls given to him there, it just didn't work out for him, but Brian's a good player for St. Michael's, and hopefully they'll have him back strong enough the next day.
Yeah, it will be an important game in the last round for St. Michael's. Either way, important game for all teams, but particularly if the result was to stay as things stand at the moment, with Moylough leading by 6. The last round of games in Group 1. It's a city derby. We'll just watch his opportunity coming through here as Leo Donlan tries to take, was halfway out the road with that ball there. Half a goal scoring opportunity, but too many steps. But the last round of games, the Galway derby, if you want to call it that, the city teams coming together. But St. Michael's, if they don't pick up points here, it'll be difficult to pick up points against Salthill and Macara the last round.
Salthill with their forwards and their movement, they will have a struggle. O'Malley has a good ball in here now.
So here comes Malley, spins around looking for options. There's 2 or 3 around him. Short little hand pass back towards Coyle. Coyle now sprays the ball in field towards Sinton. Comes across now on the shoulder. Coyle again, hold on to possession. Sees Boyle with possession for St. Michael's, just outside the Mountbellew Moylough 45. Find a little pocket of space here. Ronan McGullary, can he get a shot away? His body's down in the corner. I think it was just old-fashioned crossing there. Cruz now punches the ball in towards the central position, where it's picked up by Ethan Florentini. He's usually the guy to pull the strings for St. Michael's. Now they chip the ball in towards the corner, down towards Clossity, who does well, and now it's kind of half a step coming through. This could be a goal scoring opportunity. Didn't spread across, has gone for the point, gets the point in the end. One of those opportunities, if he hadn't got the point away and Clossity puts the ball over the bar, because he had potentially options inside to pop it in, went for and backed himself, and judging by the accuracy of that shot, was right to do so.
He was, yeah. They needed a score really. They've gone a few minutes there without a score. St. Michael's, which is important to get the scoreboard ticking. But yeah, we're just mentioning about possibly St. Michael's, if they don't get over this match today, they have another attack here as we speak. Again, Noel Curran's broken that one up. Another opportunity.
Shot comes in from distance. This one looks good. This one is good. So waited a good bit of time there, but in the end, 2 shots in the end. And Ethan Florentini gets his second of the game. 2 in a row there all of a sudden, just to get thinking caps on here in Tuam Stadium. Halfway through the second half. A 4-point ball game now. Mountbellew Moylough 2-7, but 9 points all of a sudden for St. Michael's.
Yeah, it was a big Kelly. Foley went for a quick kick out there to Kelly, and he dropped it. And they're going to go for a short one here again. But yeah, St. Michael's are trying to get a squeeze on Mountbellew here at the moment. But I think Mountbellew are still going through the phase at the moment, and they probably will have this too strong. But in fairness to Michael's, they're not giving up the fight, and yeah, they need to get as many the young players on as possible onto the game and see how they get on, and maybe cause an upset against Salthill was going to be a hard one to do in the third round of this championship.
So Boyle now across the loop comes Barry McHugh. That little customary sidestep. He's on his left side though. He's looking for options. Gives it back towards Boyle. Picked up now by Bill Malin. Looks forward now. Looks around in fact. Gives it towards Kieran Mulhern. His hand passes it in field. It's picked up by Michael Kelly. How important will his goal at the end of the first half prove over the outcome of this game? They're keeping possession now just inside the Michael's half. Mulhern finds half a yard and is driving down the heart of the St. Michael defence. Still Mulhern. This could be goal opportunity. Goes for goal into the back of the net. What a wonderful individual effort from Kieran Mulhern. It opened up, but my God, did he finish it in style.
He did. When he got his chance, he got wide open space inside the D, and I suppose you can see, as I said, the condition of the Mountbellew lads. They're breaking that tackle and getting through, and it's caused one-on-one situations there. When he got open space, he buried that goal beautifully. But yeah, 3 goals, and you've scored 3 goals in championship. It's going to get hard to come back by, and there's going to be a long 15 minutes now for St. Michael's in the second round of the championship.
Yeah, 4 becomes 7 in the blink of an eye. That's the advantage for Fergal O'Donnell's side. 3-7 now for Mountbellew Moylough. 9 points for St. Michael's. 16.5 minutes gone here in the second half in Tuam Stadium, but that feels like a pivotal moment of the game, and it comes at the worst possible time for St. Michael's. They'd got 2 points in a row. You felt like they'd got a bit of momentum. They are on the attack again here, trying to chip away at this. O'Malley now back on his right. It's going to cross the goal. Dangerous. Comes all the way. Good goalkeeping by Foley. Man ball the works. Bother comes now to Sington. Can he get his shot away? He can. He squeezes it up and squeezes it over the bar. Fine response for St. Michael's, and to their credit, each time they've conceded a goal, I think by my count, they've responded with the next point.
They have, in fairness to them, which is a good sign, and it's important that they don't get the gap to spread too much. But yeah, St. Michael's are fairly empty in the bench now, and try and get all of the younger members of the team some experience of senior championship, because they definitely will need it in the third round against Salthill. And compared to last year with intermediate, you can see the big gap in way the football is played. Johnson and St Michael's were doing this to teams last year, so Mountbellew are doing to them today, but look, they're on the attack here again. Hopefully they'll squeeze down the scoreboard another bit.
Shot comes in straight away. The substitute, Aidan Coffey, he's only just in a couple of seconds as he got it. He hasn't. Would have been a perfect start to his attack. Fergal O'Donnell's going berserk out there at his defence, but that change sees Aidan Coffey, who just had that opportunity that tailed just ever so close towards the right hand side and wide. He replaces JD Boyle for St Michael's. Scoreboard shows a 3-7 for Mountbellew Moylough. 10 points for St Michael's. And now another chipped effort from Foley. That's a clever little one. And now gets on possession, boots the ball down the line, and the gaps are starting to develop here. Colin Mannion gets ball now on the right hand side, breaks the 21, pops the ball off the shoulders. Shields gets it again, spins the ways around. McHugh now looks up, hand passes the ball in field towards Mannion. Feel like he would deserve a score, the way his performance has been over the course of the game. Even at the start of the game, Alan, when the game was in the melting pot, and I suppose it's ironic enough I'm describing the key players, Mannion off to Daly there. At the start, it was those two in particular that were leading the fight.
They are, and things that I suppose Michael's kind of get to grips there on the second half. They haven't been getting that access as much, but yeah, Shields and Mannion are getting involved. Going to be a free in there for Mountbellew, and a kind of an ankle tap there at the minute, and a bit of retribution there with a bit of mouth and back. PJ's brought it in now. We're going to be a handy tap over for Barry McHugh. Michaels at this level cannot be doing that, giving soft frees in and then back chatting to the referee and giving McHugh an easier option to put it over the bar. So yeah, it's they're going to lead the fight now. They're going to Michaels need to get a goal to get back into this game. Yeah,
and a lot of, I suppose, positivity with Mountbellew Moylough locally. Obviously get a manager. You need someone big to replace the legend that is Val Daly. Fergal O'Donnell has his playing career and his manager career, but I suppose a key appointment as well, getting into Daly back, and you can see just how physically strong and how fast this Mountbellew Moylough side are.
When the punch holes through you, they'll really come to, and that can you see with the 3 goals that they scored, that they try and leave the space around the D's so they can punch them holes with their physicality and pace. And I see young Owen Finnerty is warming up as well, so he's going to be another forward that St Michael's are going to have to deal with in here, and Owen on his day is a handful for any defender. So yeah, he's just going to get minutes in the clock and get his body warmed up for the latter end of the championship.
So that free is tapped over the bar from Barry McHugh after being brought forward for a bit of ill discipline.
There's danger here now, Johnny, with this kick out.
Yeah, because they couldn't touch it. I think that was inside. Yeah. It was. PJ sees it. There as well, just a little bit 6 inches short.
Yeah, it was Premiership-esque there, where when the defenders laid the ball down for the goalkeeper to kick out, and Greg just kind of came up short in relation to that kick out, and it's given another opportunity here for Mountbellew, and PJ was on the ball there in fairness to him in relation to the kick out going outside the D, so it's going to be a shot here in jest for Barry McHugh.
So that change is taking place. I didn't see a player to depart, but definitely Owen Finnerty has been introduced. And it is Colin Mannion that has made way. He had a fine game as well. Certainly great to see Owen Finnerty even back on the pitch here as well. Feels like they are getting a bit of momentum, and this win will give them a lot. It feels like it will be a win. There's 21 minutes gone now in the second half. They'll lead by 7. It'll probably become 8 here in a couple of seconds' time as McHugh strikes this one just inside the arc and takes it and curls it beautifully over the bar. And that's a killer blow, and all of their own undoing as well from the kick-out. But it does feel like Mountbellew Moylough, we talk about the start about getting the players back, and that's a big boost to a rural parish. But when you get them back, you get the management and you get everything on track, that builds serious momentum.
It does, yeah. I suppose the last day without these boys, they put up a good game against Salthill, and I suppose they really want to put the show for the parish today to get a win for the game, and it was important that they got the 2 points, first 2 points of the championship, and get a win under their belt today. And John Daly here is getting stuff around the middle big time for Mountbellew.
Yeah, they're starting to destroy the St Michael's kick out as well, so it's almost one-way traffic as things stand. 8 points is their advantage as they keep on possession again, and chips the ball in field. Daly now, St Michael's now retrieved, so Daly has all the time in the world, and with his usual class sprays the ball outside of the left across towards the right hand side. Plenty of options there. They pretty much go back to a training ground exercise now. The sting is gone. That third goal, a fine individual goal from Kieran Mulhern, has just taken the wind out of the St Michael's sails. Across now towards McHugh, outside the 2-point arc, but punches the ball short little hand pass towards Daly. There's a ball all the way over towards the corner there, right corner forward position, but they just keep possession. Don Daly is looking for options inside. He wants a bit of movement. There's a huge pocket of space in front of the old D, if you want to call it that, in front of the town goal here. Montbellew have pushed 3 in all the way in front of the goal mouth pretty much, and then leaves a huge pocket of space to run into, which they're doing so right now. Over towards the right hand side, punches the ball backwards. Who's going to get possession of the ball? Quickest of hands. Shot goes in, it's blocked. It'll be picked up at the second occasion here. Backwards it comes, and now the swarm challenge comes in, and too many steps seems like a harsh enough call there in the end, as the Mountbellew players desperately try to get the ball out of the possession, but St. Michael's do get the ball back into their possession. Is score difference, does it come into the equation right now? I know it's the mini league that will come in, so in terms of head to head, it'll be we always say every point matters here in the game, in these games.
It will, I suppose, about the new transition or the new formation, the championship. It will make difference, but yeah, I suppose Fergal need to get that. I suppose he spoke to them at half time that they do opportunity to get scores on the board. It is important to keep the scoreboard ticking over, because you just don't know in relation to how the other groups go, that you could get an easier tie in the quarter final. So Montpellier need to really ramp up the scores here. Like at the end of the day, it's 11 scores to 10 really when you look at the scoreboard. I know the 3 goals make the championship and make a big difference in the championship, but yeah, Montpellier need to get a few more scores here to get reach show in the championship.
Looks like they're going to get one now, and that's a fine response. It's a fine score from over on the left hand side. It's gone over the bar. It is Kieran Mulhern again adding to that fine goal that he got earlier in the second half. So gets on another fine score for his side, extends out his side's lead. 3-10 now to the 10 points of St. Michael's. So lofted effort comes out towards the middle of the pitch, bounces, breaks balls, there's hot potato stuff there. Eventually it is in the possession over there of James Coyle for St. Michael's, and now they hold on to possession. Backwards it goes. It's Coyle again, and chips the ball over to the right hand side. Michael's about to empty the bench, get more experience, senior football experience for more members of their panel. We will continue with the attack. Over towards the right hand side they go. Coffey now gives the ball backwards. Florentini, and then a little spray of the pass across from Kerwin. Finds a bit of movement over here with Flynn and Cruz running from deep. A big high lofted hand pass. It's ambitious, that one, and it's just gobbled up over there in the end. And they hold on to possession of John Daly as they come forward with it, holding on to possession. And St. Michael's now have some more defending to do, waiting to get those fresh legs on. And it's a scramble in the middle of the pitch. And still St. Michael's swarm their way out of that challenge. Not greatest hand pass in the world, but Sean Kelly I think has been fouled there. A little bit too eager from a couple of St. Michael's players. And that will allow these changes to take place here. So Darren McGovern is in, and also in. That's not Eddie Hoare.
No, that's not Eddie Hoare.
Unless it's his number,
a
right?
miniature version, Johnny.
No, yeah, unless somebody chopped him in half. Get confirmation who he's wearing Eddie's jersey the next couple of moments. Looks like a change here. Darren Newell and Neil Conway from Mountbellew Moylough. Both sides are taking this opportunity to try and make some late changes here into the game. 3.5 minutes of normal time to go here in Tuam Stadium. This game is really petering its way out. Mountbellew Moylough lead by 9. The 3 goals, 2 in the first half, 1 in the second half. The key moments of this game. So both sides, of course, lost the round 1 clashes respectively. But Mountbellew Moylough look like they've got the response here. And one of the changes for St. Michael's sees Jack Brown make way for St. Michael.
Replace number 18 and number 28 replace number 5.
So there are the changes taking place, and it's the first goal scorer, Tony Shields, who makes way. He had a fine game, one of the standout players there. Neil Conway is in. Another change also that taken place. It's coming forward here. Another change is Owen Boyle to make way there for Montbellew Moylough, who are on the attack again, really trying to see this one out in style here. Keeps the way forward here and just holding possession of this game. Is really petering its way out at the moment.
It has, and I suppose when you're making that so many substitutions too, Jonathan, it really kind of quells down the game, and players are trying to find out who's marking who and stuff like that. It really knocks the heart of the championship game out of it, and just Montbellew kind of just going through the process here, and I say Johnny Daly's probably on his 30th or 40th possession at this stage now. He's really dictates this game.
They're coming through again, and this could be half goals opportunity, but I think too many steps has been the decision. And then comes forward here again, and a free out has been awarded to St. Michael's, so we'll restart here. So 2 minutes to go, and comes forward here again with possession. As you might hear in the background, a little bit of debate about the scoreboard there. It's been fixed. Thanks to Kevin Dwyer's big work here, knows every contact in Tuam Stadium to get it correct for the spectators. But it is 3-10 for Mountbellew, 10 points to St. Michael's, who are on the attack again here. A minute and a half of normal time to go here. This one is going to be lofted in around the house. It might go out in the full again. It's a wide ball in the end. Some of the I hope the microphones didn't pick up that one, but shall we say one of the St. Michael's players didn't agree with the umpires. We'll leave it at that, will we? That's as politely as I can translate that one.
And we don't have VAR here in Tuam Stadium yet either to show that our Hawk guy Jonathan to pick up on that, but no, I think that was well wide. The umpires are well situated for that one, but with 28 to near 29 minutes of the clock, it's well petered out with a 9-point advantage here at the moment for Mountbellew.
Come cover conversations, like some debate here as well. Thaw has been shouted from the crowd, but we don't have that at our disposal here today. It's a fine catch by Finnerty. Back into proceedings and kind of overstretches his man there to get the ball. Bounces the ball down the line, where it's Conway, another change. Substitute, spins one across, this one across the face of the goal. There'll be no debate about that one. And 3 minutes of addition time it would appear to be indicated here, to be added here at the end of the second half. 3 minutes indeed confirmed there now, and it starts with a St. Michael's a kick out here, but they are trading Moylough by 9. When Grogan boots it out into open country, up go the bodies, caught by St. Michael's, fine catch. They move this one quickly into the corner. The bounce might be dangerous here. A little bit of a punch in the back of O'Malley. You have to say he's been one of the standout players for St. Michael's today.
He has, in fairness. He's kind of plowed a lonely fire up there on his own, really, and that's what Michael's needed to have been doing, is catching, winning prime possession around the middle and moving the ball fast, but unfortunately they weren't able to win that hard ball around the middle from kick-outs and stuff and move it in transition between both 45s quickly to get, so Montbellew can't get numbers back, and when Montbellew get numbers back with the physicality and size them, it's hard to break them down. But Darragh O'Malley has been their leading light up front. Unfortunately he needed an extra bit of help today, but it hasn't happened.
And Coffey takes the resultant free and gets that one up and over the bar. His first of the game since his introduction. 11 points now for St. Michael's, 3-10 for Montbellew. About 2 minutes of addition time left here at the end of the second half here in Tuam Stadium. So it looks like it will be victory for Montbellew in Group 1. The other game in the group sees Salthill and Knocknacarra face Oughterard. And don't forget as well, action will change to Group 4 here in the doubleheader here at Tuam Stadium. Action to come here between the county champions and who were very impressive first day out, Currafin. They face Milltown a little bit later on here at Tuam Stadium. That's to come here on Galway GATV. So get the cup in, get settled for your Saturday evening, and we'll see how things develop. As Montbellew, quickest of hands, moving through cleverly. Conway now, who's looked lively since he's coming on. The ball bounces away as he touched the ball on the floor. I think that's the wrong indication. He was in possession of the ball and he had to scoop it away. We won't argue about that one with the way things are going. But up come the line, it goes towards Cruz. Punches the ball backwards to another one of the changes, McGovern. Gives it off the shoulder quickly. Ronan McGullary, as the bodies start to collide. It's a short little hand pass now for St. Michael's. It does open up a little bit here. Coyle hits all type of traffic and looks like a ruck there as well. And
in fairness to PJ, he's been consistent. If you get wrapped up in a possession like that and there's 2 or 3 minutes about, he blows the whistle fairly lively for over carrying, and as I said, he's been consistent in relation to that foul all day. And as I said earlier on, with the strength of Montbellew, Michael's, the last thing they need to be doing is bringing into contact with that Montbellew regard.
So they're holding possession now is John Daly. The press comes on him, but he just boots it up
Right
towards
foot.
Ballymanion. Yeah, thought that one was for standing, but clearly not. Now they come moving forward here. Sean Kelly pops the ball off the shoulder towards Finnerty. Substitutes starting to combine now. Leo Dunnan gives the ball off the shoulder. Mountbellew perhaps for the one last time trying to extend out their sides lead. Another change here. That's Darren Newell who gets the ball backwards in turn towards Neil Conway, who's running past his man. Has to be careful here as well. Good pressure coming on there from Kerwin. But gets the ball away somehow up towards McHugh and off the shoulder to go, and it's coming through here with Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly goes for goal, drives it over the maroon spot. Could have been another goal, but happy to take the point in the end. Extends out their side's lead to the 3 goals is the difference now, Alan. 9 points, 3-11 to 11 points.
Yeah, you can see that the quick hands again, the fluidity when they get the ball into McHugh. He's looking for the out ball, and again from the access points of Mulhern, John Daly, Leo Donlan, Mulhern, they've been really on it today for Mountbellew, and their full value of their 9-point win here are so far at the moment.
So one last attack here for St. Michael's, one last opportunity to chip away at the deficit. Cruz now across now towards Clardy. Clardy now on the 45, looks up, he's going to run at pace, he's going to shoot, going to lob this one in. It's going to hang towards the right hand side and out towards the right hand side and wide on the full, and that'll probably be the last action of this game here in Antrim Stadium. By the time Michael Foley gets his boot through this football, you would imagine that will be the end of proceedings. And it looks like Moylough, who got things back on track, still will have a big say of the championship here, you would suggest. And there we goes. Indeed is the full-time whistle here at Tuam Stadium. It's victory for Mountbellew, 3-11 to 11 points, and hard to really argue with that one in the end.
No, you can see the goal from the difference between St. Michael's and Mountbellew, who are season campaigners in senior championship. The goal as it's just there to be seen today, and St. Michael's just with the few absentees from last year and the difference in standard, it is a big goal for them. But no, credit to Michael's, they tried their best, to stuck with it. But when you have the prowess of McHugh and Daly and Mulhern, these lads coming at you at full tilt, it's hard to stem that tide. And St. Michael's there on occasions the seas made way for them, and Mountbellew got him to 3 goals.
Your stand-up players then, who's going to get your vote for the man of the match here in Tuam Stadium?
I suppose from the first half you were looking at Mannion, Daly and McHugh got on the ball, but I thought Mulhern was very good from the offset along with Leo Donlan, and I think with Mulhern, with the scores that he got, the goal, I think he got 2 lot of ball. It was between himself and John Daly, so I think on this occasion I'll give it to Mulhern, a young player who has really put to the fore for Mountbellew today. A great day out in Tuam Stadium for him.
He certainly not only took his goal well, but the little sidestep to break the line and the pace, the quality of the finish, that is the difference ultimately between the sides here. So it is victory for Mountbellew. They've defeated St. Michael's by 3-11 to 11 points. Do stay with us. We will leave you with some full-time highlights, and we hope to get you some reaction. And don't forget as well to come. The action does not finish here in Tuam Stadium. We will have coverage of the clash between the county champions Kerfin and Milton to come. So talk to you all very soon. Space again for the second occasion, this time from a long way out, tries to punch it and punches it up and punches it over the bar, so it's taken almost a target, but now it's John Daly coming forward on the 21, shoot from the left hand side, goes high. Has he got it? He certainly has. It's like London buses here, shoulder looking for options. His ball over the top is towards Kernan. Kernan gets it. This could be half a goal scoring opportunity. Takes a shot, drives it up and over the bar on the right hand side the goal, and making a good bit of ground here. His Clossett, he pops the ball off the shoulder, almost a backdoor cut. Punch goes across, and punch goes over, and we're left through half goal scoring opportunity. But the goal kick comes out. He's missed it. This could be a goal. It's punched across, and it's walked into the net. Tony Shields, has he got the ball in? The left side. Can he get back on his right? He will. He strikes it high. Is he going to squeeze this one in? It looks good. He's going short. Lands on the roof of the net. Finds the shoulder towards Colin Ryan. Can he get his shot away? No, he leaves it back. Shot comes from distance. It looks good. Colin Mannion has nailed a wonderful. That's a good one. So here comes the full forward. Makes no mistake. So here they come. It might work out to be a nice little decision. It's come through. This might be a goal scoring opportunity, and it's into the back of the net. He's driving forward. He's inside the 2-point arc. Inside the old arc, it's a 1-2, will shoot. The Mayo man, can he get his shot away? He can. Puts it over the bar, we said it. It's overturned back toward Point Harlow now. Can he get a shot and go? Harlow on the left takes a shot, flashes it up, flashes it over the bar. Bar McHugh. Right, we'll go for 2. This one will be an effort. He squeezes his way in. Looks good, is it? It's a wonderful. Still the same strike. Golf swing. This could be goal number 3. Flashes over the bar, happy to take the score. The 7th minute of the second half. So here comes Harlow, makes no mistake. Towards Clossity, who does well, and now it's kind of half a step coming through. This could be a goal scoring opportunity. Didn't spread across, has gone for the point, gets the point.
Attack here as we speak. Again, your current broken.
Distance, this one looks good. This one is good. So wait a minute. Flights half guard, it's driving down the heart. Set back with the red slip heart. This could be goal opportunity, goes for goal into the back of the net. It's called away. Good goalkeeping by Foley. Man ball works. Motto comes down to Singleton. Can he get his shot away? He can. He squeezes it up and squeezes it over the bar. Fine.
Today, but it hasn't happened.
And Coffee takes it free and gets that one up and over the bar. Gets the ball somehow up towards McHugh and off the and it's coming through here with Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly goes for goal, drives it over the Maroons ball.